Hello, viewers out there. It's time once again for Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Acho, and Salif Usman is also with me in today's edition. Salif, welcome once again.
Thank you.
On today's edition of the program, we'll begin straight from the Ministry of Sport, where the Honorable Minister Senator John Owan Enoh yesterday undertook inspection of facilities at the MKO Abiola Stadium right here in Abuja. Of course, the minister, alongside the ministry's permanent secretary, Alhaji Ismaila Abubakar, were led by Director of Facilities and Stadium Management of the Federal Ministry of Sport, Engineer Alanamu Abolore, as he inspected all packages of the stadium. Of course, quite an extensive work it was. I mean, it was a whole day's work. I'm sure even the minister didn't even know how massive that facility was, because for some of us who were there, everybody truly got tired. And I think in one thing he noted that, or said that was important, was that after going through the facilities, he said, I mean, all of the facilities are here. So for him, he won't prefer, as against operating from the federal secretariat, he said he would prefer to operate from the stadium, since there's an office there. He said for him, there's no point being at the federal secretariat. This is, as Minister of Sports, everything is in that facility. So why is better to operate there? Well, a lot of things. And of course, he also mentioned that, yes, some things will need to be upgraded. Some things will need to be, tweaked here and there. And also mentioned that by next week, he should also be in Lagos to also take a facility tour of the National Stadium in Lagos.
Yeah, thank you. It has become a routine exercise for every minister that coming to the tour of the facilities. But at the end of the day, what comes after the top of the facilities, it's what matters a lot.
Yeah.
I can't recall how many numbers of ministers that have come and that do that routine exercise. And at the end of the day, nothing forthcoming, nothing come out of at the end of the whole exercise. His immediate predecessor, Sonny Dare, did the same thing. Went around across the country, went to Kaduna, went to Ibadan.
Same for even Bola, for almost every sport minister has done that.
Exercise, but at the end of the day, the facilities still remain at the sorry state where they were. They left the office without making any much touch or any much impact on the facility. Just like you see yesterday, it's a very gigantic facilities. The magnitude of the facility, multi facilities that can be stand in terms of competing with anywhere.
Of course, exactly.
Standard stadium.
If not for lack of maintenance.
The standard stadium that can host any kind of match in the whole world. But unfortunately, our inability in this country is the maintenance culture. Maintenance culture. And there was a time we are querying the attitude at the end of the way. Sometimes when we try to query the ministries of not doing enough to maintain the plan. I mean, if you are printing, they tell you the budget that what is required to maintain the facilities and what they are getting as for maintenance, then you have to sympathize with them.
Exactly.
Because you have to sympathize with them. Sometimes they will say that the budget for maintenance of facilities is about 6 million to maintain how many stadiums across the country. And even as much as we try to sympathize with that, but the most sympathize is that we don't make those facilities are supposed to be income generation.
Exactly.
To generate income and to maintain itself. But unfortunately, in our own part of the world, we just keep facility just there and waiting for government budget to maintain the facility. Abuja National Stadium, for instance, if you look around that facilities, it has every facet of everything. For instance, that facility has a banking.
Yeah.
There's a building that was meant for banking. There was a building that were meant for restaurants. There was a building that were meant for hospitality. Several things. Those who develop appreciate that, yes, you need to have those things. If those things are put into you, those banking, the restaurant, everything are all will be paid for, and the people will generate money for it. But rather, what we do here is to give a facility. If there's a church program, to give to the church. And when the church program holds, even the one that we generate from the church, we only know where it will go.
Yeah.
And what is that? John Owan Enoh, just like I think I'm not mistaken, maybe this is first time he's trying to visit the stadium and to see it for himself.
Exactly.
And we hope that absolutely, I doubt, except he proved me wrong, I doubt if he can do any more positive change to that in terms of upgrading that stadium, unless something change. The previous minister, something that they tried to do something where he get a athlete adopt initiative, where he get the help from the Dangote. I don't know, you were there yesterday, and I think that speech, yes, it's completely back to his, not back to his, that as it is at the moment in Kaimo, who they know except Abuja local league match. So what are you saying? And this is the stadium that Dangote invested a lot of money to be actually just within a year or 2 years, less than that. The stadium is back to bad shape. So I doubt if, except Owan put me wrong, if Owan can do any much positive change to that stadium.
And like you said correctly, and I think I can't remember which minister in the past had suggested the idea of, okay, not even a minister, I think, and even at the National Assembly had proposed the idea of, since they know that government is not good in managing this kind of thing, why not involve the private sector? You could lease it out to, so in fact, some people had even suggested, who built this stadium, Julius Berger? Why not give it back to them, do a maintenance contract with them, and so, you guys, you build the stadium, please maintain it for us, or a private partnership, but I don't know how far that went.
Yeah, before, when the Berger built the facilities, my memory, I can't recall the actual budget, what it takes to maintain the budget. That 1 billion per now, 1 billion per round now, and what it cost. And then Berger maintains to some extent, but when the money becomes heavy, so the federal government could not cope again. But just like you see, the negotiation from just like maintain it and based on leasing or on concessional agreement, maintain it and then generate the income to take care of, to take it of it. Even for us, even if it is even the national team playing, national team will also hire it and play the match on it. If it then to be an income generation for the country, and it will be that is the best way to go. Look at that facility is just being wasted. You can see the whole park around. The whole parking lot, everything. There was a time the media past minister said we wanted to convert it to a parking so that if you are driving from Lugbe, you park your car and enter the town. So all those things. So the government, the best thing that government need to find way out to ensure that facility to generate income. Rather than to just did the line follow.
You're right, completely. Anyway, let's look at some athletics, the ongoing World Athletics Championship. Reigning world champion record holder Toby Amuson yesterday qualified for the 100 meters hurdles final for the third consecutive time at the event in Budapest. She did that in 12.56 seconds. She actually finished ahead of Akira Nugent, who took the second automatic spot with 12.60 seconds. So I think that final is supposed to hold, I think today. Yeah, but the time is not, but I'm sure it should be in another few hours time, maybe 5 or 6 p.m. But for
the final is 8:45.
8:45. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. Well, for Toby Amuson, incredible for her, in spite of, just like we spoke severally on the show, in spite of, the obstacles on her way to the championship and not being cleared on time by the AIU. But she still went there and still performing wonders. And most likely we'll be looking forward to her at least clinching a medal for Nigeria tonight.
Yeah, we hope that the desires and our prayer that we wish her. First and foremost, let me say congratulations to Toby Amuson for qualifying for the final of the World Athletics. This for the third consecutive time. It's not an easy feat at all. Very few athletes have achieved this feat. For you, for third consecutive tournament, you make it to the podium, you make it to the final, to the bench. Last year we were the main focus in the podium, and now we have the opportunity again to defend the title. So we wish her success, and just like you say, despite a lot of people, I told you the day before yesterday, I think this should be a blessing in disguise. A whole lot of people the focus on her, that nobody will give her expectation that she need to be competing the final. Then because of the trauma she went through. But and luckily, I told you, I said he's a superstar. He's an athlete. He's a Moshood Abiola, so he knows what it takes to be at the top level. And congratulations, like you say, he has been able, despite all the circumstances around, I has been able to keep herself calm.
Exactly.
Not feeling guilty. Because if you look at her, it look very trim and look very fit to go. So I'm so happy if you look at her appearance, she's so that she's really ready for this tournament.
Very ready.
Despite all the circumstances around her. Now she's in the final. But I pray that they say what matter is to get to the final. Now she's the final. But if you look at her run, around it today, she needs to improve.
Yeah.
Because if you look at her record, she finished at 12.50 something, 56.
Yeah.
So if you, the other finalists, the one who won the first ran 12.49. The other, so if you look at it, he has the least timing.
Yeah.
So other people have the least timing compared to her, and these are the people he's going to race against them in the final. So if he must win, that means she needs to improve, because now she has a focus on this man. Sometimes athletes, even Usain Bolt, also do the same thing.
I think he's just reserving energy for
yes,
the final.
I agree with you. Even Usain Bolt, sometimes even what you need to do is just slow down.
Exactly.
When it matters,
Just qualify,
just get the target, the timing. All you need to, because this one is not going to count. All you need to do, just be among the finishers and if you look at her yesterday, he just slowed down, and at the end of the day, just
even in the
started falling, but before you know, he picked up and then just to get it to corner and to make sure he qualify. So we may not be surprised. That's why I say he have the other final half in this time compared to her. To be a Musha, all you need to do is to cover. It's the final that matter now. So you don't need to reserve anything. So he's coming out full blow to get to the final and to win the tournament, to win the cup. And we hope that these are any psychology, we hope that the God of wisdom and the God of soccer or the God of athletics should be in our favor. Everything should work on our favor to get to the final. And I like the way Amusa has handled her situation so far.
Very well.
That's why all the distractions, like yesterday, the Irish journalists were trying to attack her. But he get the blow of the he give it back to journalists. Give it up to the journalists that you people are just trying to kill me. If I run fast, they say what happened to my shoe. If I didn't run fast, they say what happened to the shoe. What is happening? So no matter how you do, people wanted to find fault with her. So Amusa, we can only wish you, because we have our support. We are here with you. Across the whole Nigerians is solidly behind you. We are always singing there, Amusa, let's go. And we are waiting for you to give that golden medal again and see you that smiling once again.
Exactly. All right, let's do some tennis now, where Nigeria beat Ghana and 3 others to qualify in the under 12 tennis championship. Of course, the girls emerged champions of Ghana 2023 for West Africa and Central Africa under 12 tennis championship. In the girls category, the trio of Gloria Samuel, Lorelei Hosendorf, and Goodness Aina defeated Ghana in the grand finale to emerge champions. In this end, the boys and girls teams will feature at African Junior Tennis Championship, scheduled to hold later in October 2023. Congratulations to this one. If you ask me, I think table tennis is one sport where, when it comes to the game globally, Nigeria hasn't really made a proper statement.
Yeah, in the past,
exactly.
Even apart from in the past, we used to do well, but of lately, we have not, even to dominate Africa has become a problem for us. Apart from Haruna Kodri, who is a star athlete within the African continent and even the world. We and even the like of Sebuturiolas and Sebuturiola, Osanekis and the rest, they have all tried their best. They have all tried their best. We take kudos to them. But to produce, apart from this name I mentioned, to produce a young athlete that will take over from those people has always been, because there's a much gap between these eras and another era that's coming. So I'm good to hear that this young star went all the way to Africa, Ghana, and then to my champion. So we pray that all the athletes, the tennis federation, to work to keep eyes on these guys, and then to monitor their development and ensure that give them all the necessary support and everything to so that we can regain our lost glory in the game of tennis. All
right, still more to give you on sports orbit, but we'll go on a break, and when we come back, the show continues. Don't go nowhere.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country.
right. All right. Welcome back from that break. It's still sports. All the way now to the just concluded FIFA Women's World Cup, where 6 Super Falcons players have made the Africa Best 11 at the FIFA Women's World Cup. I mean, if you ask me, very remarkable. But one name that most people were hoping will be on this list is Asisat Oshoala, but fortunately not on the list. But and if you ask me truly, I yes, she scored 1 or 2 goals in the tournament, but this tournament hasn't been one of her best performances in recent times. And even going into this competition, maybe in the last 1 or 2 years, people have also questioned Oshoala's performance when it comes to the national team. And I share in that opinion too. You see how she performs when it comes to basketball in the last 2-3 years. Whenever she comes to the national team, you can't compare her performances recently with what she used to produce for the national team some years ago.
Yeah, if you look, to me, the statistic or the list was okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that list. Another name I wanted to see was just Ali Mahinde in the midfield.
Okay, yeah.
Midfield. Make the list. Maybe the South African lady, the technical expert who provide this midfield and the South African lady, they perform better
Better
than her. But Ali Mahinde was also maybe to have told that look, Ali Mahinde, if you ask me, Ali Mahinde didn't make the list, should be on the substitute list. But in terms of Oshoala, yes, I can't call the list.
No, at all.
I can't call the list. Oshoala is not on the list.
Yeah.
And it's based on the performance at this current world.
Exactly.
As much as he came in, performed wonderfully against Australia, put up a star performance against Australia. But if you look at it, throughout the tournament, he didn't start any match.
Exactly.
It was nothing injury for the competition. So the coach was trying to manage it, not to aggravate the situation. So you can't. There's no how you display. Even though Ajibade didn't score it, but there's no how you display Ajibade, who was regular and who was mentor in him, disturbing all the defense, making creating chances for all the defense. So definitely there's no how you display Ajibade on that first level. But throughout the tournament, he was always coming for the bench. Compared to Ajibade was always play all the time. So fantastic list, particularly all the Nigerian football leaders in terms of Aluze and the Leicester ladies, and they all deserve to be on that list.
Yeah. All right, to some other football news, this time transfer, where of course Nigerian forward Kelechi Iheanacho is on the radar of Crystal Palace, who are ready to open a bid with £12 million. Leicester City are keen to offload the striker, who has only a year left on his contract. Of course, a lot of speculation about him. The other time he was Everton, now Crystal Palace, but none of those moves have fallen through. I mean, for me, really, I really hope to see him and Wilfred get back into the Premier League, or if they are moving away from England, get back to a top flight division.
Yeah, the one thing is that there's no how to know their rating are dropped drastically. Not
exactly.
Going down with Leicester has definitely affected their rating. And we know that if they didn't move, they go down going into the Champions League. They are ready to drop down. They pay or safety, they perform well at the Championship well. This Leicester, this opponent is no longer in this. We talked about last time, and I don't know. Well, one thing that all these speculations are rumors until. But if you really want any transfer that needs to be done, should be done between now and
transfer period is coming to by next weekend.
Today is 24. Less than 7 days now. I think everything should be every transfer if you're interested in the player should be done, or else nothing will be happening. But we hope before the end of the transfer deal, before the end of this month, we hope to see probably pray that the duo, any of them should move out of the Crystal Palace to join. Because if you look at it now, most of the Nigerian players are now in the Champions League. We have over not less than 6 players now in the Championship. The likes of Emmanuel Dennis, Joel Aribo, Paul and then these 2 guys now, Crystal Palace, Leicester of Wilfred Didi and Iheanacho, and there's one that something Simon like that, who are all
in the championship.
In the championship. And to me, this is not good development for the national team. Apart from Taiwo Awoniyi, who is not even a regular in the national team. The only player that is the regular national team that is still in the Premier League now is Iwobi. So, and I think definitely it's not good. It's not good for us. And we pray that these players will be able to move on. And at the same time, the coach also will begin to look out.
Oh, of course. Exactly.
Also, obviously, our players are dropping.
Very well. All right, to another story, of course, involving Lionel Messi once again for Inter Miami. 4 days after lifting the league's cup, Lionel Messi is on the verge of winning another title after helping Inter Miami to reach US Open Cup final on Thursday morning. Inter Miami came back from 2-0 down to beat FC Cincinnati in a penalty shootout after a trailing 3-3 draw in the semi-final match to reach US Open final. Come for Messi since he went to Inter Miami. I mean, every day he steps on the pitch, he always does something special. In fact, there was no other report that some journalists, while interviewing the Beckham, even actually said that looks like Inter Miami are involved in match fixing, because they noticed that since Messi come Inter Miami, who were struggling, have struggled to win all season, and now winning like is. So they're trying to ask the Beckham, is it like this some sort of match fixing? And the Beckham was clearly upset about that question. He said no, it has nothing to do with match fixing, but bringing in. Don't forget that apart from Messi, there's also Sergio Busquets, Jordi. So they brought in some quality players who you know that these people are players who, even irrespective of their ages, who if you put them even in top teams in Europe today, you bring these three players, there will be they will have an impact on that team.
Yeah, and it's still a reunion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Messi and all those, so
for people who understand
that chemistry of understanding the thing, each other. And I'll be surprised if Lionel Messi win the Ballon d'Or from Inter Miami, because if you look at if he's performance, looking at what the way he's performing week in week out, just like you see, and just like the people are alluded to it, Miami, nobody reckon with Miami in the MLS.
Yeah.
Just suddenly after the emergencies of Messi, Miami has been now everywhere.
Yes.
If you go to the social media, you go to the website, anywhere you go on the internet, it's all about Miami. Since the arrival of Messi in July, they have played 8 games without losing anyone. They have win 6 matches and draw 2. And just 4 days ago, they win the League Cup. And now this is the team that has hardly even qualified, make it to any tournament. They win the League Cup, and now they're in the final of the US Open Cup. That means within a week, they may have become 2 champions within a week, and this is time. This is a big return of investment. Whatever they invested in Messi, I think they have gotten back in triple, and it is a good development for Messi. And I just like to say, I'll be shocked if Messi really world best from Inter Miami again, because his performance is something. It's something that one cannot even quickly describe what he has chosen. It has been a going performance for Messi since he joined the club.
Yeah, I mean, what can one say again about Messi everywhere he goes? Of course, and he's on the short list for the Ballon d'Or. Of course, when you look at his performance, I think his performance at the World Cup mainly was what gave him that spot. But whichever way you look at it, Messi is still Messi. Yes,
Messi is
no
still
longer
Messi.
the player he is. But
some of us would have expected that since he moved from PSG to Messi, it is now we are beginning to see Messi gradually off the scene.
Yeah,
but he has told us no. This is even now that I'm now on the scene. And everybody is seeing Messi on a daily basis, everywhere, on daily basis, anywhere, because his performance. Even him has even admitted and said that he's more comfortable in Miami than what they feel at the PSG. That he's feel happy, his family, everybody is feel happy. And if you see that when somebody is happy with the environment, you can see the performance. You can see he's stronger at the PSG in the first season. But in Miami, he's hitting the ground and he's playing well.
Exactly, I completely agree with you. With that, we call it a day on today's episode of the program. Hopefully, we'll be back tomorrow with another exciting edition. Salifu, thank you for being in the studio today again. Until we come your way again, do have a wonderful time. My name is Afa Cho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080 3688 Last week, Leadership Podcast Studio, you have